Hello, I'm Annie, and these are my musics. So, today's video is going to be a sort of response video, sort of just me rambling video, to one of Claudia Boleyn's videos, which I believe is still up there somewhere. I'm gonna have to search for it. I haven't watched the video recently, but I did, I watched it multiple times, so I think I have a basic idea of what it's about. And yeah, I'm just gonna be talking about that. So, before we get started, I'm obviously not a doctor. I'm not trying to diagnose anyone with anything. I can't do that. But I am just talking about, my own experiences. Your experiences may differ, that's fine. Just, be kind, be respectful. And, let me have my experiences, and you have your experiences, and it's all good. It's all good. So, in Claudia Boleyn's video, the one that I'm talking about, it's basically about mental health and fandoms. And in the video, she talks about how fandoms really sort of, I'm paraphrasing, but really sort of helped her with her mental health. And I definitely have had that experience as well. I get really into stuff. I don't think I've had a casual interest ever. I'm either really obsessed with something or really don't know anything about it. So I'm very intensely interested in everything that I'm interested in. But for me, for the most part, that is entertainment stuff. So books, movies, TV shows, music. I cannot casually like a singer in most cases. I mean, there are some cases where I do, where I just know a couple of songs that I happen to like, and that's fine. But for the most part, if I really want to get into an artist, I'll listen to everything they ever made. I don't know how to casually like things. I'm sorry. But one thing that I'm sort of bringing to this video is I'm neurodivergent as well. And so is Claudia Boleyn. If you haven't watched her videos, you should, because her videos are awesome. But also, she is diagnosed with AG, I believe, and that's also considered neurodivergent. I'm diagnosed autistic, and I think I might have ADHD, but I don't know. I haven't been diagnosed with it or anything. But anyway, I think that one thing that I've noticed, ever since I was a kid, is that I get really passionate about the things that I like. So, from the time I was 5, I was reading books, I was, into a lot of different book series. And today I sort of read a bit less, but I still do read. But I'm into True, I'm into, like, Bridgerton, I'm into so many things. And the reason I've always sort of felt is behind that is because they help me in a way to make sense of the world and to, like, understand other people who often seem, like, mysterious to me. So, like, obviously, real people are more complex than fictional people, right? Like, you can never really, as a writer, like, recreate a real person. But, I do feel like, reading a book or watching a show or watching a movie or whatever, helps me to, regulate my emotions, helps me to understand, like, certain things that maybe I don't really understand, like, in real life. Like, the way they explain it in the story makes sense to me. And that, I think, is very neurodivergent. Because, like, wanting to understand other people and wanting to understand, like, your own emotions, all that. So, I think that's very neurodivergent. And I haven't always known that I was neurodivergent, but I've always sort of known that, like, I got really into things and, I couldn't, like, just casually watch a TV show or casually read a book or casually watch a movie. Like, I would get obsessed. I just get obsessed, like, with things. And like Claudia Boleyn said in her video, which I'm gonna put in the description if I can find it. As long as it's still up, I'll put it there, don't worry. But, like, I do think that, fandoms have helped me a lot with my mental health. Like, when I got into Doctor Who, I was in high school. I was very depressed, very anxious, very, a lot was going on in my life. And Doctor Who gave me hope. Like, I am not exaggerating when I say that. Like, I would go home from school, I would, like, do my homework, and I would watch Doctor Who, like, all the time. Like, that show saved my life at that time, and still kind of does when I'm, like, really into it. Like, 13th Doctor saved my life again. Like, I was, I believe when the era started, I just, like, graduated college and was, trying to get a job, stuff like that. So it definitely, like, helped me with all the stress of that, of navigating, life after school and things like that. So I really just wanted to, like, make this video for ever since I restarted my channel, actually. On my old channel, I never got to make it, but I am hoping that I will post this soon. Because Doctor Who and, like, all the stories and all the music and all the things that I love are a very big part of my life. And I don't think in a bad way. Like, I don't think I forget the line between fiction and reality. I definitely still, can tell the difference. But I do think that my special interests, as they're called in the autistic community, they help me navigate things better and to understand things and to deal with my emotions, which are often very intense. So yeah, I think everyone has, to a certain extent, things that they depend on to deal with life, and everyone's different. Everyone has different ways of coping with life stresses, and this is mine, and I think that's fun. I do understand how it can backfire at certain times. When I watched the end of Game of Thrones, I was very sad because my favorite character, Daenerys, got murdered by Jon Snow, and I was and they made her a villain as well before they murdered her, so I'm writers, what were you thinking? Why do you have to do that to me? Obviously they're not doing it to me, but they killed off my character. That was so annoying to me. My other favorite character went west of Westeros for no reason. No. But anyway, I was very upset at the ending of that show, and Penny Dreadful as well. Vanessa Ives was one of my favorite characters in anything. And I don't say that I don't, like I said, I got really into these things, and I don't just say oh, that's my favorite character, casually, no. When I have a favorite character, they're someone I love. And Vanessa was one of my favorite characters in anything ever, and they killed her off too because Dracula was trying to get her, and she had Ethan kill her. I don't know. So Dracula couldn't get her. It was weird. It was weird. It was a bad ending. I didn't even watch the episode, but I wrote a poem at the time when I heard that she was killed off, and I was I'm writing a poem in honor of Vanessa Ives, this fictional character, because that's how I felt the need to do that, so I did. But yeah, I think that fandoms are, in a way, a good way of dealing with things, of dealing with stress, of, regulating your emotions. You just have to be careful that they don't backfire. And one way that I've always, this line actually came from one of my older obsessions. I used to watch this show. It's a mystery show, Castle. And one of the characters on that show said, there's always a story that makes everything make sense. So for me, I just say that to myself sometimes. There's always gonna be another story that I fall in love with. So, when one story lets you down, there's don't worry. There will always be another story that, you like and that you fall in love with. And that's like what I try to remind myself of, like when things do let me down and when I'm not particularly enjoying a certain story or a certain thing that I really like. I'm just like, well, there's gonna be another one. There will. There always is. So, yeah. I think that's all I want to say in this video. Thank you for watching. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.